Hi and welcome. I am Prashant Misra, founder of FirstMentor.com. So, today we are having a very special guest in front of us. He is Naman Jain. So, you might be knowing Naman Jain, who has got placed at ByteDance, which is a parent company of TikTok. And guess what? The package is 62 lakhs per annum. So, how he was able to make into that company, and was he very studious from the very beginning, or like he got so lucky? Well, the answer is entirely different. We have took his interview and he has covered each and every point from very beginning, like how he was in his school time, and how he was able to make into NITs, then how he got this placement. So let's get started.
So, hi Naman, Atisha this side from First Mentor. I hope that you're doing well.
Hi Atisha, I'm doing great. How about you?
Yeah, I'm doing good as well. Just hoping that this COVID-19 scenario should end soon. So, first of all, I would like to congratulate you for getting such a huge package of 62 lakhs, which is something really great. And also to accept our invitation and join us today so that, our learners and our visitors could get motivated and they could also dream of, getting such a good package. So let us just start with a very quick introduction about you. So tell us about you. Where are you from? What are your hobbies and everything about you?
So my name is Naman Jain, and I am currently placed as a software engineer at TikTok Singapore. So I am basically from Bhilai, Chhattisgarh, and I have been born and grown up here only. And I have been studied my bachelor's, and it is BTech from NIT Raipur with the majors in computer science. I have been a national table tennis player in the past, and that's it. That's only my hobby. I was not into much.
Appreciable. Tell us about your journey to NIT. So, from how a normal student, managed to reach NIT, and how did you manage? What was the hard work that you put in through? Because getting into NITs or IITs requires a lot of passion. It requires a lot of consistency. Because as a person who's in their teenage, right? So we do have different kind of tendencies. We want to chill out with our friends. We want to hang out. We also have several reasons of wasting our time, right? So, apart from all this, how did you manage? So, tell us about that.
Yeah, so during my teenage, I was also that guy only. I used to chill a lot with my friends, and I was not very kind of very studious or meritorious guy. So my journey began there only. So I end up scoring 85 marks and J mains on my first attempt. So from there, I felt like I am just wasting my time, and that moment was an eye opener for me because I because everyone is doing good in this competitive exams because Bhilai is quite famous for competitive exam and preparation. And then I realized, and then I took a drop, and then luckily I was able to convert my marks to 170. So initially my rank was like 1,60,000, and next year I brought it down to 16,000, and then I got into an IT Raipur computer science. So that was my whole journey. And in 11th, 12th, I used to chill a lot, and I never studied too much. Like, I need to score this or I need to crack the competitive exam. I was very much comfortable with the scoring in both, and that too, I was kind of a average student only.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing your honest experience. And I really appreciate the kind of hard work that you would have put in through to bring down that rank is something that I can't imagine right now. So I would like to ask you one question. See, all of us have mentors in life, right? So we always look up to people for guidance and for some sort of motivation. So what do you think is this role of mentors in your life? Like, was it anybody in your school who motivated you in your college? Somebody from your family, your friends? Like, how do you feel that these mentors could change the life?
Yeah, I hail from a business family, so they are very much supportive and kind of motivating all the times. Like, do what you want and take risk as much as you want to take or you can take, and just explore things. So don't think like what will happen if I won't be able to clear that thing. Just don't think a lot. Just do what you want and put your honest effort into it. So my family has been very supportive throughout these days, and also in the drop year. So in the drop year, I found a very good mentor, that is the director in which in the coaching which I used to study. So I was in Jabalpur. I studied from Radiance Jabalpur, and there I found Dinesh Misra sir. So that thing and his words got stuck into my mind, because he used to say, like, if you went to IITs or NITs, then people will ask for your package and you don't need to tell, or people, मतलब उनका सीधा कहना ये था कि IIT NIT वाले बच्चों को इतना पैकेज लगता है कि वो बताते भी नहीं है. So
Very true.
that thing got struck into my mind, and from there I got motivated a lot. And honestly, I had prepared for JEE, in which I scored 170 in the last 4 5 months only, because I don't have habit of regular studying, and I was a kind of notorious guy at that time. So, but that at that point of time things changed, and I started to study regularly in the library of that institute only. So I used to spend like 12 hours, because I was already lagging behind, because I need to cover that 2 years syllabus in like last 4 or 5 months. So I had worked hard at that particular time. So I will say, like, my journey is kind of full of ups and downs.
Okay, so yeah, appreciable. Like, but yeah, so I also have a few questions regarding to the programming, because I see most of our learners, are so curious to know, because there are so many programming languages in the market these days that today, if you pick one, tomorrow there will be another one, right? So, what do you recommend
Yeah.
to somebody who's new to the programming? So, which one do you suggest for the newbies to take up? Like, because there are different languages, and or everybody who wants to get up into this programming is so concerned about which tool or which programming they should start off with. So if you could just give a very clear cut roadmap, this is the programming that you need to start with, it will be really very grateful for the learners and the visitors as well.
Yeah, sir. Regarding programming, so programming is a very vast concept and a very vast, we can say, a vast thing to say, because programming has a different aspect. Like, what is the target, and for which you are going to program. Like, different things require different languages, different tools, and different technologies to learn. So it would be wrong if I say, like, you should start from this or you should start from that. So regarding your aim, like, if you're going for WebD, then you can start with Python, as it has some very good frameworks with it for web development. Or if you want to go for competitive programming, then C++ is preferable, as it is very fast, and it has very good libraries that has to be used. And for various aspects, I must say that there are different programming languages, so one can generalize, and it would be very wrong if I say, like, you should start from this would be beneficial. So regarding your aim, what you are targeting for, like, if you are targeting for college placement, then definitely data structure and algorithm will help. So for that you can go with C++. But if you are going for web development or machine learning, then R or Python would be a better choice. So things changes, but if you are just starting with if you have no programming background, or if you just want to explore the basics, then C++ could be a good option, as it is quite easy to learn.
Okay, thank you so much, Naman, for that, descriptive answer. I would also like to know, since we are talking about placements, coding, and everything, so how do you feel are these technical courses and internships helpful? Because I see a trend, if we just leave NIT and IIT colleges, if we talk about private colleges, so there is this thing
Mhm.
there that we have a lot of exposure to theoretical knowledge, but we lack practical knowledge over there, and that is the reason most of the students go for internships and some courses and all, right? So what do you think, are these internships useful? Does it help in your resume, or to get into jobs, or it increases your experience? Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so yeah, this thing you said, like, this educational system which we have, the theoretical knowledge is very much covered in colleges, and they lack some work. There's teaching these practical skills, and that is going to be actually applied in the real world. So that is the thing. This is the connect that student may feel lacking while they go for in search of internship or in the full time offer. So I will say that internship benefit a lot, and one should go for internship definitely, but not for the sake of internship, but for the sake of learning. Like I have seen few people who just go for internship just to write up that thing in my resume. Like I don't want to leave this column, so I will do whatever intern I'll got. So that should not be the case. If you are going for intern, so that period, that 2 month period, because that is the most precious time, because you are going for internship right before the placement, right? Because if you are going for placement, then it will start from May, June, and July, and from August there would be the placement season. So you are investing a very precious time of yours in that placement. So if you are wasting that time, if that placement, if that internship is not helping you to learn, then it is of no use. And internship could be the best way, or could be the easiest way to get to the MNCs, as the expectancy level of the internship interviews are quite low as compared to full-time offers. So internship people should do, but for the sake of learning only.
Okay, thanks again, for giving us some valuable insights on that. So I think now it's the time where all of us we are very curious to know that how did you manage to get into ByteDance and then get a package of 62 lakhs? Because I have researched a bit about ByteDance. It's not really easy for somebody being in India getting into that company, and the time frame that you got into that company was December, where I think everything was messed up on campus, off campus. There was no hope of getting any job, because I have also been in that phase where COVID-19 has actually turned down everything and there was no ray of hope for jobs. So how did you manage to get into such a great package in that time? So if you could tell us about that, it will be quite motivating, and I think our learners could take it as a motivation, and then also aim at the similar job or maybe something less than that. So it will be really great if you tell us about that.
So first I would like to say, like, this is not an overnight journey, or I am not the kind of a student who is like brilliant and who is like achieving things right from the starting. And I am from a non-CS background. I started programming very late, and when I was in my first year, then I see my peers coding, and because they have CS background, many schools actually teach this computer science and IP subjects right from class 11th. And my elective was physical education, as I don't have to
Mm-hmm.
study. I don't want to study these things right from the starting. So I took CS. Then for the first year, I didn't code a lot, and I just tried, but things seems to be quite boring to me. Like I want to enjoy my first year. So first year gone like that. Then for the second year, I realized that this is not my field, and I won't be able to do something here, as I am always lagging behind. So I am at that point of time, I was comparing things, like, people are doing this from 3 years, how will I cover up? So this is a kind of thought, like, which every student has, because there is a tendency that someone is preparing for JEE from 9, then how you would be able to, like, cross his score, how would you be able to beat that score, or how would we be able to perform better than him or her? So there was a tendency, so I left that. And but I tried different options, like, even studied history 10th 11th books, for I was preparing for UPSC at that time for 6 months. But
Okay.
then I realized, like, I need to complete this thing up, and man se ya bina man se, but we have to do this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then soon I just got committed to this competitive coding. I started right from competitive coding. So I started my coding from fourth semester, and that was already very late, as there is only 3 months remaining for this 3 or 4 months remaining for this internship season. So companies visits our college, uh, our native app for internship, and from there I faced rejection from all of the companies which came to the institute. I sat in all, and I got rejected in all of them. right, starting from Amazon, DShaw, and I was rejected every time. I wasn't able to clear this coding round, let alone the interviews. So this was my journey. So, and after that, I got very serious about this placement because I was in a thought like if not going to get an internship, that is for sure, because I was lagging too much behind and I need to cover up these things.
Mhm.
So right from February 2020, I started preparing very seriously about this and placements. And I was covering all the topics. I was reading all the blog, all the material that is available on the internet. So I read up all everything. I solved problems. So then there comes a time in May. So our institute, placement boot camp company, that is Algo University, they visited.
Mhm.
And they took a coding test. Like this coding test has a cash prize, so everyone was giving that. So I also given that test. And then I must say that that is the turning point of my life,
Mhm.
because that university, that coaching or that placement boot camp has mentors that are all from very good colleges. That is from Triple IT Hyderabad and IIT Bombay.
Okay.
So yeah, so that is the turning point of my life, and at that time I realized how much important that mentorship thing is. Like you have asked previously, like
Mhm.
how important your mentorship you think. So mentorship plays a lot mentorship can save a lot of your work, a lot of
Mhm.
your time,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you can do some very good things using mentorship. So
Mhm.
at that moment my life changed, because I joined that I luckily joined that placement boot camp with too much of dilemma, like how I am going to go for the placement, as COVID scenario is already approaching, and I was seeing like everyone is losing jobs, and forget about securing a one like 1 year before the joining. So I
Mhm.
was very worried about it, and then things changed. Then I got some real knowledge, or the real content which one has to prepare for placement, and from them only I got this motivation. Like yes, you can also do some things. You can
Mhm.
also cover up things which you haven't done yet. Like you have done not you have not done hard work in the initial 2.5 years of your college years, but you can now also you can cover up. So regarding ByteDance, I'll say, so they only referred me to ByteDance,
Okay.
because at that time I don't think too much people in India are very much interested in working at ByteDance. Yes, they are not publicizing their openings,
Mhm.
and I got referred there. That is an internal referral. So
Okay.
I guess that was an internal opening only. So I appeared for the ByteDance. So regarding the ByteDance interview experience, so ByteDance conducts a coding test.
Mhm.
So in which you have to perform, and according to that is kind of competitive thing. Like if there is no bar, like if you have solved less questions and questions are of difficult level, then definitely you can go pass. If your competitors, like 50 people appear for that test, and they want to call only 10 people, then definitely they will call the 10 people
Mhm.
only. So few of
Okay.
people
Get it.
have asked me like, I have solved this much of question, will I get a call? So that is not the thing. That is kind of competitive in nature.
Mhm.
So I had given that test. I was able to solve all of the problems. Then comes the technical interviews. So
Mhm.
ByteDance conduct three technical interviews, that in my case.
Okay.
So that was my first international interview,
Mhm.
and that was my first interview through referral also. So I
Mhm.
was very worried about it. I was very nervous about it, and that thing got a plus. Like I was studying a lot due to that pressure. That this is the opportunity. This is the golden opportunity, and I need to convert that, because life will definitely change right from here. If I was able to crack this interview, then my life is going to be changed after this, because and from NIT Raipur in the last 5 years or 6 years, no one got an international offer. and I had some insight that this company is going to pay me well, as the job is international and is from Singapore, so they are going to pay me very well. So then
Hmm.
comes the interview. So interview is for the bite dance interview. My interview was mostly focused on my resume, and I had built project on online judge using Docker and some technologies which are used in industry. So my interview was focused on my project. So mainly they focus on projects. Then uh, the second they focus on computer science fundamentals. Fundamentals, that is, most of the time they focus on computer networks, then followed by DBMS, then OOPS, then OS. So in my case, this was the scenario, and so I was able to perform quite good in the first round. I got clear. Then the second round comes, and at that time I realized, like, yes, I can do this thing. I can do, because I never cleared, and I am just able to clear the first round of that too of international offer. So that time I studied more things, and I got some insights from people, like, you need to study system design for this. So I was already preparing for system design for like 3 4 months. So I got some confidence, like, yes, I know this thing already, and I was very clear with the system design fundamentals. So second round was, for me, second round was mostly based on system design fundamentals, and the design of my online judge, and followed by a data structure and algorithm question. So ByteDance, for me, all the 3 round contains the data structure and algorithmic questions. That is kind of code forces D. That is of level of code forces D. And for me, they ask questions from tree, graph, and one of DP. So in 3 rounds, 3 DSA questions are this. And so my luckily my second round also got cleared, and then there comes the third round. So for the third round, I had given like pretty long rounds, because everyone is having like 45 minutes round for bite dance, but my second round got for like 1 hour and 45 minutes, because we had discussed too much on this project and ADS thing. And there comes the third round. So at the point of this, after 10 minutes, the interviewer has given me, like, okay, if we have already asked too much from you, and your reviews are pretty well. And then we had a discussion of like 30 minutes
Mhm.
uh, regarding this. How you know about this opportunity, how you got to know about this opportunity, what do you know about ByteDance,
Mhm.
and do you have any previous offers.
Mhm.
So these things go on with me. Goes
Okay.
with me.
So really appreciable. One thing I have noticed so far in hearing your journey, that your journey has been so stressful. It has not been easy. So how did you manage your stress? Because that is something really important. And I think in this COVID-19 scenario, most of the people are talking about how important it is to take care of your mental health and to keep yourself motivated every time, right? So all the challenges that you have faced so far, like facing rejections, is something which is not easy for an individual in life, because we lose our motivation in that time, right? That is a peak time when we get demotivated, because we feel once we are rejected, we'll get rejected again, is what most of the people think. So how did you manage your stress levels? Like, was it some kind of motivation that you took it externally, or did you motivate yourself? Was it your family, or how was it for you?
Yeah. So for me, the motivation factor is like, why if every like, if one can do, why can't I? So this thing goes this thing worked well for me, because I was always like very competitive in nature while these things, as I was not working hard as them, which students uh, hard as those people which are able to secure internship in our college or in the off campus scenario.
Mm-hmm.
So I was very much like, अगर वो कर सकते हैं तो मैं क्यों नहीं कर सकता. And that did work for me. So, and also this thing, like, you have to accept your failures. Like if you failed, then you failed for a reason.
Hmm.
Like that's not the case. Like that interviewer ने मेरे को बेकार में reject कर दिया. So that's not the case.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Getting.
for every failure, you need to learn, because if you have failed for 20 interviews, like you can also see this thing like you now know the 20 things or the 20 points on which you can fail, or that 20 weak points of yours. So
Hmm.
like after giving 20 interviews or after failing in 20 interviews, you can just cover those loopholes of you, and you can work on your loopholes. So giving interview is a very good thing, and one should not fear like I had not prepared, why would I appear for interview.
Yeah, yeah.
So going unprepared is not also not good, but if you are partially prepared, then I think you should give it a try, because anyway you are going to get to know about your loopholes and you can able to work on that.
Hmm.
So in placement also I got rejected by 4 5 companies.
Hmm.
So that is a thing like you should give it a try, because without giving a try you will never able to get what goes wrong with you, and what are the scenarios in which you can like you can not handle the situation, or you just gave up or something like that.
Okay, so you believe that practice makes a man perfect, right? And you should also keep learning from your failures and then improve your performance, is what you want to say here, right?
Yeah, I from your failures and from other failure,
Other
because life is
failures as
too
well.
short to commit every mistake.
Yeah, true. So just to conclude the session, Naman, what could be the tips that you could leave today? So for the people who are aiming to be like you, or for the people, as you said, you're from a non-CSE background, which again is very motivating because not everybody is so confident to take up computer science initially itself. Most of them, they realize their passion for coding later on. So there are many keen learners like that. So, what are the tips, maybe 5 tips that you would like to give to our learners, which can help them not only for getting into internships, but also to develop that passion and then get into an MNC like you?
Yeah, so first thing is like you should never stop learning. Like there is too much available in the world or in the internet to learn. Like you can learn from everything. And regarding the prospect of interview, so interview is not only technical. The interviewer is observing everything, every and everything. Like if you got a struck somewhere, and you have never been into a situation, because interview is a scenario in which like you don't need to answer every questions. You need to guide through every question. So for that, I think like a complete understanding and overall personality they look for. So there is a mindset and this new generation, like if you want to succeed, then you should just work hard and hard and hard. And most of the people I see, like they just work on computer, they just stuck to their computer, and they don't like public interaction, they don't like meeting with people, they don't like playing. They feel those things will waste time. So that is not the case, and overall development is very much necessary regarding the different prospect of life. Because if you get succeeded in some field or the other, then also you have to live a life. Like that is just a means of that is just a part of life. Your job is just a part of life. And what about the overall development or the overall life that you are going to live? So first thing is that, and second thing I will say, like there is no shortcut. So you can't succeed through shortcut. One of like one time you can get lucky, but not every time. So there is no shortcut, and there is you won't be getting like too much if you want to work hard. You can't be you can't get lucky every time. So second thing is like, yes, it is also important to have luck at some point of time, but to be lucky or to be at a position where luck can find you, you need to work hard. The second thing is that, and for the third thing I will say, rejections से दूर नहीं भागना चाहिए. Like you should be able to face rejection, because this is just a mere interview, and you have to face rejection a lot of times in your life.
Yeah.
So that is the thing, like most of the people are very find it very hard to accept, like how can I get rejected. So these type of thinking is mostly found in these premier institutes. So that is the thing, because there you find people who are like meritorious and they are doing very good throughout their life, and once they get rejected, so they find it very hard to get rejected, like how can I get rejected, or जरूर इस पे ये कुछ हुआ होगा या वो कुछ हुआ होगा, or they get depressed at some point of time. So that is not the thing, and that is a point where the real world understanding or public interaction or people interaction will help you a lot. That is why colleges have culture, like participate in this club, like overall culture part of college try to possess or try to have. So third thing is that rejection. And regarding fourth, that is you need to like aim for the best. If you like if you just aim to be a mediocre, then things won't go according to you, or you won't be a mediocre anyways, or you end up being a mediocre only. So you need to aim high. Like that is not a problem if you can't achieve achieve great things. But the thing is, if you are not aiming for that, then you will definitely not going to achieve that thing. So you should not run away from things like this is not of my league, because this is a thing I found in a student, like even with me, many of people who used to talk with me a lot before this thing, like whenever I get rejected, I call to like 4 5 people, or people call to me like, yeah, ठीक है भाई मैं भी reject हो गया. But after the selection, people found out like, अरे यार मतलब तुम्हारा तो league ही अलग है. So that is not the thing. Like people find it very hard to accept that okay, one guy that is right from between us had done something like this. So yeah, r- rather than asking, or rather than getting like what, why, how could he able to do that thing, people are like कि so बोले कि ठीक है वो अलग है हमसे, we should not
Hmm.
compare him, and we should just focus on the people which are around us or which are of our level. So there is nothing like a student doesn't has a level. It is the time it is the level of time and effort that a student has input on that particular thing. So that is the fourth. And regarding fifth is yeah, that mentorship thing, because everyone is working hard. I believe everyone is working hard at their own level, at their maximum capacity, because no one wants that that he will be no one wants कि आगे चल के वो unsuccessful रह जाए. So everyone is working hard, and but this mentorship thing creates a huge difference. Like a private college student is working hard and an IIT Bombay student is working hard, then definitely IIT Bombay's thing will a student will do better, because there is a lack of opportunity. So you need to learn to create opportunity for yourself. So most of the people in the bachelors don't find this connecting with people useful, but that's not the case. If I won't be able to connect with a person at bike dance, then I won't be getting a referral, I won't be getting a job. So for applying off campus, for getting good internships, if that company doesn't visit your college, then also you can go to those big firms right through referrals. So for that, networking is very much important, because if you have some skill, then you should know the right persons who can buy your skill. You anyway scaling your skill in the market. So for that, networking is very much important, and networking will help you to develop with an overall scenario. And a person with a good network will definitely get land a good job if he is working hard. And working hard in a closed room without any networking and waiting for that opportunities will come to your door, so that won't help.
Hmm. Thank you
That
so
is it.
much, Naman, for these tips. I think you have covered everything which is required for a person to be successful in life. And coming to your fifth point, I'm very happy that you added that point, because being a firm as a first mentor, like that is the name of our company, of course. So we do believe in delivering such mentorships to students, because as you said, right, everybody can put in hard work if they are passionate enough, but if they do not get the right opportunities, at times that hard work fails and then it leads to demotivation, right? So that is one thing we are also trying to bridge the gap. So we are also trying to offer those mentorships and also help students upskill themselves with the kind of right industrial knowledge, that they require for getting into such big companies. So I'm really grateful that you actually gave a highlight about that point, because that will help, the learners to understand our aim also. So once again, I would really thank you a lot for joining us today. And I believe that this session is definitely going to be very motivating for all the people, who are going to watch it, because you have provided the proper roadmap that how a non-CSE person can get into an MNC. That too, I think this is the toughest scenario, right? I don't think so. Anything could be tougher than what we are facing right now, because there are lack of
Yeah.
jobs, there are loss of jobs. Many people who were already into a good company, they have lost the job due to some reasons and the lack of kind of infrastructure that the company is facing. So I feel if you can get a job in this scenario, you can never be jobless. I can assure you that. So really appreciable, and I appreciate your hard work as well. And First Mentor especially, wishes you all the best for your future, because I know that your journey has just started. So getting into an MNC is a different story, and then going and performing there and giving your 200% is also going to be challenging, right? So I
Yeah.
hope that you stay motivated throughout, and this decision of your life turns out to be the best. So thank you once again.
Yeah, thanks, Satisha. And I will also appreciate the work that First Mentor is doing.
Thank
Like
you.
this mentorship thing will help a lot, and it will add so much of value to the life of students and to society.
Thank
So
you
First
so much.
Mentors are
And
doing something very good.
we are also looking forward to have another interview with you right from Singapore, where you can tell us how your journey is going there, so that you can tell us about what is the expectation that your MNC is having, and what are the challenges that you're facing working there, because it will not be, of course, easy, because limited number of students grow from India. So you will take some time to adjust there, build connections, and then get adjusted to the new working lifestyle. But I'm very sure that you will do it, and we'll hope to connect again. Yeah.
Yeah, Tisha, let's see how thing goes there.
Yeah,
But definitely, I will try to make it the best out
yeah,
of it.
yeah.
The best.
So thank you once again, Naman. I once again wish you all the best, and stay safe and keep learning, stay motivated, and we'll again connect soon. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, Satisha. It
Yeah.
was a great session with you.
Thank you. Same here.